Hello and welcome to another episode of Crypto Charts. I'm Fausto Botelho, broadcasting from Brazil. And today in this video, I'm going to show you a hint about how to transform your smartphone Mycelium into a cold wallet. How's that? Very simple. So, come along. I'm showing you here my iPhone and the Mycelium in my iPhone. I'm going to click the Mycelium. I'm going to be showing you that I have $533. Actually, if you don't know, you can click here in the amount and then change it to Bitcoin. Or you can click on it again and change it to whatever currency you like. I'm switching back to American dollars. And so I have on my settings here possibility to make the backup of the wallet, right? If I start, he's going to start telling me the 12 words that are my backup. So the point is, if I'm able to simply delete Mycelium of my smartphone, I turn my seed into a cold wallet. As simple as that. But in order to be able to delete your Mycelium, you have to have the safety of knowing that your 12 words are well kept. But if you haven't done that yet, and what is that? Let me show you. That is to come back here to my iPhone and simply click here and ciao. Delete it. I'm gonna click here and there you go. My iPhone, my Mycelium has been deleted. Now, I have my seed actually on my mind, but I keep a small amount of Bitcoins there, and it was my first seed, so I just remembered it. But there's another hint for you to have your seed sort of online. You could take your 12 words and divide them into three groups of 4 words. And then you produce a paragraph. Tell a story, a small story that contains these 4 words. It's not hard to do. It doesn't matter which words you are. You're going to be creative enough to invent this little story. And then you send that little story to your wife, to somebody of your confidence, by WhatsApp, for instance, which has cryptography, right? So you then produce 3 stories, and your 12 words are within that story. So whenever you want to get your Mycelium back, you just have to go back to your smartphone, go to Apple Store, write down Mycelium, find Mycelium, download Mycelium. I've got good internet, so it's going to be quick, and open it up and tell it that you're going to restore it from backup, right? So you restore from backup. Now you have to enter your 12 words in this space here. Now, to remember those 12 words, you don't have to go pick them inside the book that you kept them. And here's another hint for you to hide your 12 words. You can pick a book out of a shelf or somewhere, and with a pencil, you can write the words starting in page that reminds your birthday or whatever. So all you have to do is give your sons or your wife or somebody of that you trust the name of the book, where it is in your house, and the page where the seed starts. And that's it. But to have it online, you just go to WhatsApp and go to search in WhatsApp and write one of the letters that contain your seed, that your seed contain. And it will bring you to that phrase. Eventually, you may send a phrase to yourself. you may send something to yourself, because you can create a group that you belong to the group, and you create the group, and then you exclude everybody from the group, but the group remains in WhatsApp. So you can send photographs, you can send anything to there, and you send that story there, and you just pick it up whenever you want, put it on the new wallet, and in a few seconds you're going to have your balance back. Okay, so this is it. But as we're here, I'm going to give you the analysis of the 20 most important cryptos, and we're going to take a look to see whether the market is reverting the upward movement or not. So starting with Bitcoin Cash, here we go. You see, we have this formation here that I suppose is a inverted head and shoulders, and projects probably it's going to stop in the stop of March last year. Actually, it was May last year, which is at 0.12 BTC. Remember that I'm always showing you guys the charts quoted in Bitcoins. We think on the Bitcoin standard here, we intend to increase our Bitcoins. So we use our Bitcoins to trade. I do that in Binance. And if you want to trade in Binance, which is the biggest exchange in the world, please use the link below and help the channel. I'm going to get a small commission out of the commissions that you produce in Binance, and of course you're going to pay the same. It doesn't matter. It's just that Binance is going to pay me something for having indicated you to the exchange. So we use our Bitcoins. Myself, I use my Bitcoins in Binance. And I do trade, yes. I have a small amount, but I trade whenever I think something is going to outperform Bitcoin. I enter it, buying it, and planning to sell it at a higher Bitcoin price. And of course, if I think everybody's coming down, which I didn't yet so far, I don't think I will. I eventually may sell everything into Bitcoin, and eventually if I think Bitcoin is coming down and everything's coming down, I sell Bitcoin against what? See, Binance, well, I thought I had Binance here, but I don't. But I just made the test. I actually am holding a position in Binance Coin, in Bitcoin Cash, and in EOS. And I was thinking on getting out, but I thought I would expect a little more. My stop orders are far from here, because I thought Bitcoin has reverted the downward trend. So my stops are far away. But if an indication comes, I might eventually get out, right? I don't have to wait for the stop to be touched. So I entered Binance and made the test for EOS. It was the first one, I think. Yeah, EOS. Or no, it was for Bitcoin Cash, but it was the same for both of them, Bitcoin Cash and EOS, that I was thinking on. I was thinking on holding Binance and selling EOS and Bitcoin Cash into a stable coin. So I made the chart of the 4 stable coins, which are USD PAX, USDC, True USD, and USDT Tether, right? And the result was that USDC was the worst. Then it would come PAX as the second worst, and then True USD and Tether. And the liquidity of Tether is unmatchable. So unless you have a very small amount, you would go to Tether. And of course, understanding that there's a risk. I think there's a higher risk in Tether than there is in True USD, for instance. So if it's a small amount, go to True USD. If it's not, go to Tether and pray. So now back to the charts. So I think Bitcoin Cash is going towards this objective here because it broke this resistance line. And now, what is it doing? I don't know, but it could well be just a correction of this upward movement, and that could turn into a, let's say, a flag, actually. If it keeps on doing that, we might eventually get ourselves a flag, and then it's going to present another possible good option, opportunity for a long position. Here we would buy in here and place a stop down here, right? So next one is Bitcoin SV, which broke this support. It's going down. It's losing the war against Bitcoin ABC. So I wouldn't touch that. Binance is apparently producing us a hammer in a support area. The support area is, it was here or here or here or here. It is holding up this level here. I think we're still in a support zone. So, but I would consider if it goes into this above 0.0035 again, I would consider placing my stop below today's low. So, and I think we are eventually going to be calling this as a rectangle, upward rectangle. I have this projection in mind, which still gives us a possible 150% upward movement. So that's why I'm holding on in Binance. Next one is Bitcoin. So what's up with Bitcoin? Well, this is the weekly chart that I'm going to be showing you here. I'm working with this channel nowadays. This is the projection. Y2. That's supposed to be the projection of 2017. Yeah. So if this upward movement repeats the upward movement of 2017, we're going to around $65,000. But if the performance of this next upward movement equals the last upward movement, which was from 2015 to 2017, then we have this segment here. It would take us to $300,000 plus 330 or some 300 and some $1,000. So I'm very optimistic on Bitcoin, and by all means, it certainly looks like it has broken the trend line of the bearish trend line. And as you can see, the wick isn't finished yet, and anything can happen. That could go into a flag or something. So, and next one is this one here, which is the daily chart. And besides I consider that as being a bottom formation, inverted head and shoulders. That projects this objective here that would take the prices of Bitcoin to 5,600, around 5,600. So I think this is going to evolve into a continuation pattern, a rectangle or something like that. But it could, of course, it could come down, further down. Taking a look in the hourly chart here, see, that could evolve to a rectangle. It could come down here to 4,800 and then hold tight and then go up again. I don't think it's going to be a reversal at all. I think that's an accumulation. That's the beginning of an accumulation that will result in a continuation pattern. Next one is Cardano. Cardano, well, didn't do too bad, but it achieved the objective. It reached the objective that we project from this bottom here. So we have to keep on following it and observing what's going to happen to this, if it's going to turn into a continuation pattern as well. I think it will. Dash felt hard today, but you know, as you see, it's giving us a very nice hammer, and that is happening when it just touched the support area here, the top of this last continuation pattern, right? So that's bullish, I would say. Let's take a look in the hourly chart here, and well, that could give us a tip, a hint about when the bulls are gonna get control of the situation, right? And it that certainly looks like a upward flag. So keeping an eye on Dash, we're probably gonna release a long call on Dash. EOS. Now EOS is accumulating, is still accumulating. I am bullish on EOS, and I think that could well keep into the ascending triangle that we thought it was actually doing. So let's see the hourly chart. Broke this support trend line, but it's heading back. Yeah, today's going to be an important day. We have to wait for some more time to see if that confirms as being a continuation pattern, as I think it will prove to be. Ethereum. Well, Ethereum, my son reminded me today that this could well be a head and shoulders formation, inverted head and shoulders formation. So far, this trend line has been broken, or we could adjust it to here, but I don't think so. I think it's right here. So maybe Ethereum is ready to start moving up, right? It was apparently flagging down here on testing this 0.03. Let's wait and see. Maybe we can draw this line here. Comes from up here, look. And maybe we could also take a look in the hourly chart to see whether it will give us any hint. No. And well, this seems to be a downward flag, but it's holding the support, so we have to wait. IOTA is producing another hammer in a support level, so that's bullish. Let's see what happens. If it comes back above this former support line, now resistance level, it will be producing a bear trap in these two lows here, 3-4 lows. It produced already a bear trap in here, and it went up, If it does the same, I think it's a good chance for IOTA to go up. Litecoin, what has it done? Maybe just a pullback to this former resistance trend line. Let's see what happens here. If it gives us a hammer too, I think it would be a bullish situation for LTC. Now, Monero, I said many times here, an accumulation below a very important support trend line like this is bearish. It's due to continue the movement that preceded it. So I think Monero is testing the lows here at 0.011. I still think that. NEM is bad. Touched the resistance level and is coming down. Just broke the support line here. This blue support line here. Support, short-term support line. NEO. Ethereum concurrent. Wow, that's a bearish upward trend line that apparently has been broken. Unless it gives us a hammer today, that would be bearish. I would think it would come down to 0.0019, which is this level here. And what happened to ontology here? Ontology was, last time I saw it, accumulating in an accumulation that would continue the previous movement, continuation pattern, which I think it would be a rectangle, but it just broke the support level now. So same, unless it gives us a hammer today, this is bearish. But if it does give us a hammer today in the close, that would be bullish because it would have given us a bearish trap, a bear trap in the support level. Doesn't look like, because that looks like a downward flag. So I think wouldn't touch ontology. Well, Ripple is worse and worse. It's probably coming down to test this 6,000 Satoshi level here. Stellar, no good. Now Stellar broke the important support level, then pulled back, and it's coming down again. It's beginning to test this very important support level that comes from these lows on March last year. So this is real now. Yeah. Let's see what happened. I wouldn't touch Stellar. Tron. Tron is... What is Tron doing? I think it's accumulating on a continuation pattern here. That descending trend line. Yeah, I think that's a sort of a rectangle. Yeah. So, no good, Tron. Zcash has broken this resistance level and is accumulating in a rectangle, probable rectangle, even though because today it hold tight in the support of the rectangle and is producing already a hammer. So if it's a hammer, well, unfortunately we would have to buy it. Well, it's not that long, 6.8 away from a stop level. I think it's a good idea. And that's it for now, for today. Thank you very much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. And I'll see you next time. Ciao.